Honorable Chief Ministry Professor Dr. Manik Saha will attend one-day symposium on emergency provision under Indian Constitution, retrospective and prospects at Tripura Judicial Academy Auditorium, নারসিংগড়, আগরতলা। অনুষ্ঠানে উপস্থিত ছিলেন ত্রিপুরার মুখ্যমন্ত্রী ডক্টর মানিক সাহা, ত্রিপুরার মুখ্য সচিব জে.কে. সিনহা, উচ্চশিক্ষা দপ্তরের সচিব রেবেল হেমেন্দ্র কুমার সহ ত্রিপুরা ল ইউনিভার্সিটির ভাইস চেয়ারম্যান প্রফেসর যুগেশ প্রতাপ সিং সহ অন্যান্যরা। এদিন ছাত্রছাত্রীদের মধ্যে কুইজ কম্পিটিশন হয় এবং মুখ্যমন্ত্রী ডক্টর মানিক সাহা পুরস্কার প্রদান করেন।
All of you, and particularly this NLU authority, that giving a short notice you have arranged this symposium. When my secretary told me, when I told him that we have to have this kind of symposium somewhere else, then to some extent he was hesitating, and ultimately he had informed that in NLU here you have arranged this one. So first I thank you all. And regarding this symposium, I already heard the speakers. Already they have touched all the points. Just I will say something, that the declaration of emergency had widespread ramification throughout India. Most notably, the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi's political advisories were apprehended, leading to the suspension of the civil liberties, media censorship, and constitutional amendments, and posed a threat to the fundamental character of nations' governing documents. Notably, stringent laws such as maintenance of MISA, maintenance of Internal Security Act, were reinforced, resulting in the incarnations of prominent figures including JP, that is Joy Prakash Narayan, Morarji Desai, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, L.K. Advani, George Fernandez. The government's actions also targeted dissent within its own ranks, exemplified by the arrest of Chandrasekhar, a member of the Congress Working Committee. During this period, Sanjay Gandhi, the son of the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, initiated a controversial mass sterilization campaign that instilled widespread fear and violated basic human rights. The suspension of the right to seek legal recourse for the enforcement of fundamental rights further exacerbated the situation. Those detained were isolated from contact with any individuals, including their families. The government under Indira Gandhi's leadership assumed dictatorial authority, systematically suppressing dissent and subjecting individuals to inhuman treatment. Furthermore, retrospective amendments were made to laws compelling the Supreme Court to overturn the Allahabad High Court verdict on the trial of Rajnarayan. Efforts were also made to alter the constitution during emergency period, notably through 42nd Amendment. The amendment sought to curtail the authority of the Supreme Court and High Courts in adjudicating the constitutionality of laws, while also delineating the fundamental duties of Indian citizens. The proclamation of emergency resulted in the suspension of key articles of Indian Constitution, including Article 14, 19, 21, and 22. Several subsequent amendments such as 38, 39, 40th, and 41st further reshaped the Constitution. Following the 1977 election, the formation of the Janata Party government facilitated the restoration of the judiciary independence through the 43rd Constitutional Amendment. Subsequently, the 44th Constitutional Amendment reinstated the original constitutional framework and implemented mechanisms to prevent the recurrence of the emergency-like situation. Notably, the term internal unrest was replaced by the armed rebellion in the provision related to the emergency. During this period, the media, one of the most important wings of democracy, also endured severe restrictions, strict censorship and bans stifled and dissent against the administration. A code of conduct was reinforced for the press, and numerous newspapers, editors faced arrest for their anti-government articles. The emergency led to a rise in opposition parties, ending the era of one-party rule. While strikes and protests significantly crippled the country's economy, in a history turn of events, the ruling Indian National Congress suffered defeat in the 1977 general election, making a pivotal movement in Indian politics. The period of emergency rigorously tested the powers of Indian democracy. The suffering triggered by the undemocratic decision unequivocally taught the country and its citizens invaluable lessons. Only after the emergency did a non-Congress government come into the power at the center. One resounding lesson that the emergency imparted is that in a democracy, when a government becomes autocratic, the people always will find solutions. The 1971 election before the emergency mandated Indira Gandhi. To her credit, she had defeated Pakistan, leading to the formation of Bangladesh, and her popularity was soaring domestically with slogans like Garibi Hotao. However, the public's anger grew during the emergency due to the suppression they faced, and in 1977, Indira Gandhi faced defeat. Politically, this period, that is the emergency period, also emphatically teaches that despite achievements and popularity, a government must fulfill the people's expectations. In democracy, power lies with the people. The emergency also rigorously tested journalism and serves as a commanding lesson for today's journalists. In one of his articles, Vice President Venkaiah Naidu mentioned, in those days of emergency, the media, the fourth pillar of democracy, also missed the historic opportunity to cooperate with the common citizens of the country.